Hey there, how's it going? Vladimir Donis here. So hey, I wanted to jump online and do a quick video today, and the title of this specific video is Tips to Grow Your MLM. So essentially, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about the notion of normal life routine, and I also want to talk about the notion of certain and uncertain and don't have all the answers. So those are the two things that I want to talk about. But before I get into the actual content, let me go ahead and provide some context. I believe that every business owner needs to have a marketing plan, and the only way to have a marketing plan is to have a marketing roadmap, which is why when I do anything marketing, I speak from a specific roadmap. It's a 3-step process just to make sure that from a marketing standpoint, everything is specific and everything is airtight. In fact, later this week, I'm doing a free web class, and web class is specific to network marketing. And we have two goals. Goal number one is going to show you how to generate a lead online, and then goal number two is going to show you how to take that lead and turn the lead into a customer. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page, and the link is going to allow you to register for the free web class. Now, as it relates to the actual content, tips to grow your MLM. Essentially, we all have normal routines. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about, okay, what is my normal routine? What is your normal routine? What is the general normal routine? So essentially, if I can just kind of think back to a couple of weeks ago, I had my normal routine. I go and do this every day and do that every day. And the normal things in life, things that just kind of happen. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was just going through my normal routine. And then, 3 days leading to a presentation, I had to go do a presentation, a live face-to-face presentation to a group of business owners. And 2 days before the actual presentation, and I'm noticing I'm kind of just getting a little bit irritated and a little bit irritated. I'm also getting a little bit nervous. I'm thinking, okay, man, for the past couple of weeks, everything seemed to be normal, and I wasn't having any issues. Why am I getting tense? Why am I getting uncomfortable? And why am I getting nervous? Well, the reason why I was getting nervous is because I was getting ready to break out of a normal routine. I was about to go do something that I'm not 100% comfortable with. So essentially, I noticed that, up until that point, everything was fine. And then, all of a sudden I'm getting all nervous, all tense, and all funny and stuff. So that passed by. I went through and I completed the presentation, and the presentation was done. And then that following, 2 weeks later, and then a week later, normal routine. I'll go back to normal routine. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. I'm just kind of going through my day to day, no issues at all. And then 2 days prior to my next presentation, here I am. I'm nervous and I'm tense, and I'm going through the same motions again. I'm like, oh man, why am I nervous? Why am I tense? Why am I feeling like this? Same thing. There's about to be an event that breaks out of the normal cycle per se. So there's about to be an event whereby I'm not certain, whereby I don't know all the answers, or I'm like, oh, I don't know how these people are going to respond. I don't know if I'm going to, fail the presentation. So all of a sudden, I'm getting nervous and I'm getting uncomfortable all over again. Right? Same thing next week, right? Next week, I'm going to be doing another presentation. Right now, everything seems to be okay, X, Y, and Z. But I know a day prior, I'm going to start getting tense and nervous and so on and so forth. So essentially, I say that to say that is a good sign. That's a sign that I'm growing. That's a sign that if I continue to do that thing that I'm not comfortable with, that I will continue to grow. My guess is that if you're feeling stuck, the reason you're probably stuck is because you just go through normal life routine. The things that you go through every day don't even faze you. Right. So if it does not faze you, that means that you're in a comfort zone. You need to get out of your comfort zone and become in a zone whereby you're nervous, you're scared, and that you're uncomfortable. When you get in that specific zone, my guess is that whatever business you're in, you're going to start to kind of see some growth in that specific business. Another story I want to kind of just tell you guys is that I have a son who's 15 years old now. This year he started freshman. He's a freshman in high school, and he started with playing with freshmen. So he basically made the freshman team. And as a freshman player, he did pretty well as a freshman player. He scored. He was very consistent, and things went very, very, very well. Because things went so well, he got promoted. He got promoted to varsity. So he started playing varsity. Now, in terms of varsity, he was not getting as much playing time. To be honest with you, he was getting very little playing time, and you can see he started to kind of just pout and not necessarily be happy. So the season went on, and then he did what he could do when he was put into the game. And then the season was over. And after the season ended, he started playing, travel team. So via the travel team, he went to his first game, and I didn't get a chance to make it his first game. And he was telling me, Dad, in my first game, I scored 50 points. And I'm thinking to myself, that is not my son usually don't score no 50-point games. And he was like, yeah, man, I dominated, so on and so forth. So I said to myself, you know what? I have to go see his next game. So I went to his next game. And then when I went to his next game, he scored about 35 points. I'm saying to myself, and I didn't say to myself at that point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can see how he's scoring 35 points because the competition is not the same. So, he's playing with a group of individuals that is just not, up to par par up to his skill level. So of course he's going to be able to score about 35 points or more. So essentially the challenge that I gave him is that, you know what, that is a normal life routine for you. You scoring 30 plus point against this group of individual, that's normal. You need to go ahead and break out of that cycle. So the challenge that I gave him was that, you know what, hey, you play with me, he plays with me and a group of individuals between the ages of say 20 and 60, you know, every week. And when I looked at his game where he scored 35 points, I said, man, how come you don't play? How come you don't play that at that same level when you play with us? You don't score that consistently. You can't get to the hole that easily, so on and so forth. It's like, yeah, I can. I was like, no, you can't. I play with you all of the time, and I know what your capabilities are. So my challenge to him was that, hey, man, you need to go ahead and break out of your normal routine and see if you can go ahead and be that consistent. So, you know, for the past couple of weeks, he's been trying. You can tell he's nervous, he's frustrated, because when he's trying to, you know, get to the hole, when he's trying to make it to the basket, when he plays with us, it's not as easy, right? We're from a defense standpoint, we're locking him down, we're blocking his shots, and if things were just not as easy for him. So because things were not as easy for him, you can see that he was nervous, he was uncomfortable, and he was just not in the best move. However, you know, not too long ago, he's a little bit more consistent, right? He's a little bit more consistent in terms of, you know, making the baskets, in terms of getting to the hole. So now he's not in his normal routine. So I am saying this to you guys to say that, hey, if you want to grow, I don't care what business you're in, if you want to grow, you have to break out your normal routine. So for me, the thing that I'm going to continue probably working on is doing these Facebook Lives, because to be honest with you, I get nervous when it's time for me to do these Facebook Lives. This is not something that I'm 100% comfortable with. And, you know, when it's time to do it, I get nervous and, you know, I get the chills. But I know that if I continue to do that, I'm going to grow. I'm about to do a presentation next week. When it's time to do a presentation, you know, right now, or when I get off this live, I'm going to be a little bit more comfortable, normal routine, so on and so forth. But then again, a day or so prior, I'm going to start getting irritated. I'm going to start getting nervous, and so on and so forth. So my goal, you know, my goal for you, or the thing that I want to kind of just drive home, is that get uncomfortable, break out of the normal life routine. And when you do that, that is when you start to grow. One of the things that I'm doing is that my business partner and I is that we're hosting a free web class. Now, the web class is specific to network marketing, and we have two goals. Goal number one, we're going to show you how to generate a lead online. Goal number two, we're going to show you how to take that lead and turn the lead into a customer. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page. You can go ahead and use that link. The link is going to allow you to register for the free web class. The other thing that I'm working on is that if you're not at network marketing, but you need marketing help, is that I can become your marketing guy. If I become your marketing guy, we're going to work on three things. We're going to make sure that from a marketing standpoint, we're going to use this specific methodology, the web selling method, just to make sure that from a marketing standpoint, everything is airtight. I'm not going to guess, and neither should you. You shouldn't guess in terms of, you know, what's working, what's not working, which is why we have a specific roadmap. We apply that specific roadmap and make sure that that roadmap can lead us in the right direction. There's going to be a separate link where you can go ahead and request additional information, and then we can go ahead and take it from there. Hey, that's my time. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.